My friend, you have met a terrible, terrible demise. But, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't for me, it would have just been someone else, I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on. Not for you, you're dead. But that's neither here nor there. It reminds me of a good summer day in the park. I was having a delightful picnic with my good friend Gangle, and I said to her, Gangle, I have a story for you. And she said to me, well, what's the significance of the story? And I said to her, Gangle, not every story has to have significance, Sometimes a story's just a story. You try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. Had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty. He ended up in the basement. Not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, or thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume. Sometimes I said, a story is just a story, so be quiet for 1 second and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I even made sandwiches, and poor Gangle was having such difficulty eating it. She just has those ribbons, I suppose that is the problem. She doesn't have hands at all, does she? She's just a ribbon. I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with just a ribbon. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a cafe nearby. I said to her, Gangle, let me go get you some rye bread. Now, I'm unsure if everyone in the circus likes eating, but I assure you that Gangle does. I do remember, Jax would bring Cough-Bone Ribbit to the cafe every, Sunday? Well, it's hard to keep track of the days in here. Just once in a while, approximately every week, they would talk and eat their food. Of course, the food itself didn't have any nutritional benefits, but the more they talked, the looser Jax seemed to have gotten. Until, it all seemed to go downhill. At least, that's what I heard. I never saw one of them abstract myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the frog population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop Jax and tell him what he was doing was killing his friends. And if you want my opinion on the matter, I told Pomni this as well. If you have a good group of friends, you should be able to tell them about yourself. I mean, when you think about it, if you have the right friends, they should be able to accept and support you. Those type of people don't grow on trees or spring up from bushes. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I brought Gangle some rye bread. What a fine day it was.